What's up, YouTube friends? Another thing that I will mention on this is that this change from V1 LSD unit to V2 LSD unit happened around E46 M3s in like 2005 plus. So 2005 plus got the V2 units. I think that was Giken trying to future-proof pre-production of E92 M3s and E60 M5s, which have more power, to resolve some of these, driveline clunks, or just to handle more power. Unfortunately, this is the exact same, if you will, problem that both units have. And so when you're ordering parts to rebuild these units, it gets a little bit confusing, because the V1 unit, all of the M3s up to 2005, and they come with the right bearing kit and they come with the right clutch kit. And then when you switch over to V2, that switch mid-production of the model only happened for E46 M3. So all of the E92 M3s have a V2 unit, all of the E60 M5s have a V2 unit, but depending on the year, or if your previous owner replaced the differential because they stripped this front bolt hole, and then you just might have a random diff and a random LSD unit, but you know kind of how to test it now. So if you're going to be ordering parts from Luka at Racingdiffs, I don't think he's updated his site yet to kind of take care of this problem, but both of the differentials, as I mentioned earlier, the differential casings, the bearings, and everything else for the E46 M3, regardless of whether you have a V1 or a V2 LSD unit, are the same. Bearings, seals, everything else. But he does assume that the V2 unit LSDs from E46 M3 are lumped with E92 M3s and E60 M5s. And those do have different bearings. So it's possible that when you order the advanced kit for V2, you need to bundle it with a V1 bearing kit. That's not something that his site currently allows you to do, so make sure that you email him and the team to clarify that while you're ordering the advanced V2 kit or the V2 bearing kit, you're actually doing it for an E46 M3, and therefore you actually need the V1 kit of that. I hope that makes sense. I posted this on the M3 forum also in a lot of detail, the combinations of the products that he sells. The basic rebuild kit with the clutches, again, is slightly different. The preload shim for V2 is a little bit thicker, and then the bearing kits for both of the units for E46 M3 need to be V1 units. But his advanced V2 pack, or V2 kit, whatever he calls it, currently only allows a combination with a V2 bearing kit, which will come with an incorrect pinion bearing for our cars, or for our cases, because the cases are actually different for E92s. Alright. I do have a bunch of parts from Racingdiffs that I ordered. The clutch packs, the preload shims, the shims to adjust backlash. I did buy the tool to work on this guy, to take it apart. Just not gonna do it right now, but I can show that in the later videos, so stay tuned. And then I will also do some videos on these LSD units actually out of the car. Alright guys, that's all I got. I know this is a lot of information. Hopefully some of it makes sense. The E46 M3 just had this like mid-production swap, and it's a little complicated.